Over the last 90 days, Mark's speed has increased 65%, his endurance 70%, and his strength 138%.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's been kind of a while, over a year since the last workout video and less time since the last Bill Hader themed video. Since it has been so long, I figured I'd just sit down, do like kind of a chill, less scripted video where I just sort of sit down and talk at you about what I've been up to in the last year. The biggest things that probably happened are I finished school, I finished college with a degree in accounting. I got my first soulless office job with the government. And I got my first apartment to myself, as you can probably tell. This is a whole new space. Speaking of which, I will give you guys a little tour just because I know change is frightening. All right, so we'll start things off here in my bedroom. You've seen a little bit of this already. So I got 3 monitors. I got an ultra wide one for spreadsheets and stuff for work. And then I've got 2 other ones to watch TV while I'm at work. And I did just upgrade my PC. Got my Devil May Cry neon sign, some Legos, Batman, Optimus Prime. I got my Dante figure, love that. Optimus, this Bumblebee. Then we got my Batwing figure, some speakers, and here's a shelf with nothing on it. This shelf actually does have some stuff on it. Here's my Lego Dune set, got a random assortment of comic books, a couple omnibuses, more Legos, and an old graphics card. This whole shelf is only like 25 bucks at Ikea, isn't that cool? Anyway, here's my keyboard and some records. Over here is where I watch movies and stuff, a couch. I got my guitar that I can't really play, TV stand, more Legos. And then I've got my graded Invincible and an old Iron Man wooden thing. And here is my original Spider-Man 2 poster. I'm probably gonna put it above my couch. It used to be where the shelf is, and then I've probably gotta get a few other posters too, just to even things out. Moving on, here is my kitchen. I got a Moe's Tavern neon sign. I got my knives that I mounted to the wall. These actually used to be my dad's knives from cooking school, so that's pretty neat to have those. Here's an espresso machine. Here's a deep fryer my mom won at the casino. Here's a blender my mom won at the casino. And here's an air fryer my mom won at the casino. And this is just a fridge with some diet soda in it. This is where I hang my coat and stuff, and that is me. And this is my bathroom. Pretty fancy shit in here. And this is just a closet that is a little too messy for you guys to see. All right, so we'll start things off here in my bedroom. You've seen a little bit of this already. So I got 3 monitors. I got an ultra wide one for spreadsheets and stuff for work. And then I've got 2 other ones to watch TV while I'm at work. And I did just upgrade my PC. Got my Devil May Cry neon sign, some Legos, Batman, Optimus Prime. I got my Dante figure, love that. Optimus, this Bumblebee. Then we got my Batwing figure, some speakers, and here's a shelf with nothing on it. This shelf. Moving on, here is my kitchen. I got a Moe's Tavern neon sign. I got my knives that I mounted to the wall. These actually used to be my dad's knives from cooking school. I guess this channel is technically about fitness, so I will give an update on my fitness. Shortly after I uploaded the Invincible video, I started training for an MMA fight. If you know me, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've been a fan of the sport forever. I wanted to be a boxer when I was a little kid. I wrestled a little bit in middle school, and then I started training, MMA in late high school, and then throughout college, kind of on and off. It was a very, very amateur sort of inter-club thing. You know, we still have our big patty shin guards on, slightly bigger gloves than normal, and I did lose.
You're not him.
It was a very close but fun fight. My opponent is a pretty good boxer, and I'm really not. I am more of a kicker, and I'm a pretty decent grappler. So my plan was to sort of stay on the outside and counter his jabs with my leg kicks and do a quick little parry into a leg kick. That's my favorite thing. I took him down a few times too, and I had sort of a half-assed rear naked choke attempt at the very end, and I landed some ground and pound. Overall, it was very close. I think he definitely landed more volume with his punches, and I maybe did more damage with my kicks, but I'm really just happy that I did it, happy that I did something, I'm proud of it. I guess before the fight, I was in kind of a perpetual bulk, just trying to get bigger and stronger. I did end up doing a little bit of a weight cut, maybe 7 or 8 pounds in a month and a half. I don't really want to call it a weight cut. Like, I didn't lose 50 pounds of water weight and then gain it back right before the fight. I didn't do that for this. That would be ridiculous. I also did a lot more cardio. I guess anything more than 0 is a lot more. But basically, I lifted with the same sort of frequency, kept things relatively heavy, but not as heavy as you know, if I was training just for powerlifting. And then I threw on interval sprints on the fan bike after every workout, and then I would just do it by itself a few times a week. So what that would look like is going as hard as I could for 10 seconds and then actively resting for 20, like a lighter pace, sort of a jog on the bike. Or sometimes I would, if I wanted to beat myself up, I would do 20 on the sprint and 10 rest. And then I would repeat that for three 3-minute rounds, because that's what the fight was. On top of that, I would do a few MMA classes a week and sparring sessions, obviously, just to get ready for the fight and feel good about it. So that was definitely the best physical shape I've been in, cardio-wise. I also felt really strong leading up to it before I started losing weight, because I was eating a lot, and I was probably, if you count MMA sessions as workouts, which, I mean, you probably should, I was doing maybe 8 workouts a week. So I actually had the activity to drive the appetite to eat enough to get bigger and stronger, and I was more tired and I slept better. I'd love to do something like that again, but it's sort of hard with the 9 to 5 to work out for like 3 hours a day, almost every day. And I wouldn't really recommend it to the average person. I just don't think that's super practical unless you're like a total diehard. After that, I probably chilled for like 3-4 weeks, not really doing much besides like riding my bike just to get around, and the odd MMA class here and there just because I think it's fun. So that leads into last summer, where I was doing another sort of a gain/bulk phase, trying to recover some of the strength and size that I lost training for my fight. I would say this is the strongest I've ever been by like a lot. I feel like a tank, to be honest. I don't think that I have videos of any of this, so you're gonna have to take my word for it, but my bench went up to about 400 pounds, my squat about 1,600 pounds, and then my deadlift about 4,000 pounds. So these are like not that bad for, you know, someone my size. I feel like I'm pretty strong for someone my size. So then I did a small sort of weight loss phase moving into my last semester of school around August, just because I was feeling a little bit fluffy, and I knew that I was going to start training for another MMA fight. It was supposed to be a rematch. So then I started doing a little bit extra cardio. I was going to grapple more. That was my plan. And that shit is really, really tiring if you've never wrestled. But then our whole club got canceled, so shout out to Purdue. It was kind of up in the air for a while, so I was still doing like training here and there, but a little bit less consistency with less weights. I also lived off campus, so it was kind of a pain in the ass to get to the gym. So I really kind of mellowed out with the working out. And then my diet got a lot worse. A lot of McDonald's with my roommates at 1 a.m., which is fun. It's good to do that once in a while. Probably not 3 times a week or however often we were doing it. I was sort of just casually lifting weights here and there a couple times a week until I graduated and went back home. And then I really I did nothing except eat Wingstop, drink beer, and play Marvel Rivals. And I definitely got a little bit softer, which leads into now. I've been doing a weight loss phase since February-ish. I've probably lost 5 or 6 pounds. I think I weigh about 169, 170, depending on the day. I feel pretty lean. I'm not like super diced or anything, but I'm not really trying to be. I've been cooking and meal prepping a lot more, just kind of rotating the same 4 or 5 things that are like healthy versions of things that I already like. So a lot of quesadillas, chicken sandwiches, breakfast protein shakes, eggs, something else. I make other things, right? Stuff that I can eat consistently that is also at least relatively healthy compared to McDonald's. I consistently work out 4 days a week and then diet 4 to 5 days a week, plus or minus a day or two, just depending on what's going on in my life. I try not to let my diet like control my social life like I kind of used to. Sometimes it's okay to get Dave's Hot Chicken 3 days in a row with your friends and not log it on your calorie app. Right now, I'm just looking for balance, not imperfection. I might make another video on weight loss and, you know, healthy recipes, depending on how this does. I don't know if anyone watches this channel anymore. But the only video I really have related to weight loss is the Ken one, and I don't think I do much cooking in that. So yeah, maybe keep an eye out for that. So that is pretty much where I've been at in the last year. I've been wanting to make videos, but I feel sort of pigeonholed into making fitness related content. You know, I could have made a video about training for my fight, but I feel like I don't have a great authority on that. I don't think aspiring fighters should take my advice. It could have been fun to just like document the journey or whatever, but you know, definitely been times that I just like haven't enjoyed or wanted to work out all that much in the past year. I don't know, sometimes it feels like kind of a chore. I definitely enjoy it less than I used to overall, I think. And I think that's just because I'm in kind of a happier place. I don't know, for some reason working out is a little bit more fun when I'm kind of emo or in some kind of emotional turmoil. It's sort of more cathartic to push around some weights and pretend like you're angry. I don't really know. But I have been thinking about maybe changing the channel name to something else and keeping Super Average Fitness as the sort of ongoing main content series, just so I can get out and explore a little bit more. I thought it could be fun to do something like movie reviews, gameplay videos. I don't know, just any stupid little things that I like talking about, because I do like talking about things. I think it could be fun to branch out just because I find it kind of hard to talk about things that I like in a way that relates to working out. So here's a lightning round of things that I like, just so I can say that I said something about them. The Substance, Jeff the Land Shark, Fairy, Long Legs, 100th Bloodborne playthrough, Furiosa, Letterboxd, Kinds of Kindness, Invincible Season 3, Abigail, Devil May Cry anime, kind of, From, The Rehearsal, Greg's Revenge 3, Dune, Part 2, Terrifier 3, Godzilla x Kong, Transformers 1, Going to the Theater by myself because I'm a fucking loser, Squid Game, Infinity Pool, Lenora, Indiana Jones video game, Severance, Nosferatu, Chucky Show, Joji Concert, Alan Wake 2, Oddity, Silent Hill, House MD, Silent Hill 2, Heretics, Silent Hill 2, Astrobot, Evil Dead Rise, Daddy's Head, Ultra Kill, Castlevania Nocturne, Morbius 2, The Nice Guys 2, Dorbius 2, Upgrading My PC, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Corona with a lime wedge in it, Sabrina Carpenter Fortnite skin, Bryce Mitchell getting fucked up, Bottoms, Bryce Mitchell getting fucked up, Marvel Rivals, Bryce Mitchell getting fucked up, Maxine, Dead Space 1, 2, Trepang 2, Popcorners, and McChicken with no lettuce. And this concludes everything I like. And that is pretty much all I had planned for this one. I do have more videos planned. The most fleshed out one is a Doom the Dark Ages arm workout, and I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's gonna be good. I've got a couple other kind of half-baked ideas. Maybe a Devil May Cry anime video while it's still popular, maybe like an ab workout. I'm also floating around the idea of an Emma Frost Marvel Rivals ass and thigh workout, so you can goon to yourself instead of pixels. Oh, and since I did upgrade my PC, I am planning on streaming now and then. Definitely when the new Doom comes out. Maybe I'll stream like an Ultra Nightmare run of Doom and Doom Eternal. Before then, maybe some random horror games or something. I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions for videos or streams or whatever, that would be great, because I'm not very creative. Before I go though, I need to announce that this is the last video that I'm going to be editing by myself. I did hire someone to just speed up the process. I don't want to go through all of raw. I'm just sick of it. So yeah, you can come in now. Yeah, here he is. This is my friend. His name is Rocknold Z. Oh, and he will be editing all my videos starting right now. Get out of the shop. Get out of the shop. Get out of the shop.